In our earlier recording, we have seen the problem of natural monopoly. We have seen how government is put under a dilemma, that is, how it has to either enforce marginal cost pricing, or in case if it enforces marginal cost pricing, there's a loss to a natural monopoly, and then government faces a problem that government has to subsidize this natural monopoly forever. Now, there is one solution to this natural monopoly phenomena. This is in real life, the solutions are not as simplistic, but theoretically, the solution is, suppose this is the demand curve for natural monopoly. Okay, and this is the MR curve for this. Let me just name this for you guys. This is the AR curve. This is the MR curve for natural monopoly. Now, supposedly if this is the average cost curve and this one is the marginal cost curve for the natural monopoly. Clear? Now, in case of unregulated natural monopoly, the equilibrium would have lied here at this point, isn't it? Let me just use different ink. Equilibrium would have lied here. Okay, at this point, what will happen? That the amount of quantity which monopoly is going to supply is QM, and the amount of the price which this is going to charge is PM. Now, if it is regulated and it is forced for marginal cost pricing, this is the MC curve, and this will be equal to price curve here at this point. Let me just use different ink for this. This is the point which you have, and this much is the amount which this monopoly is going to produce, and this is the price which this is going to charge. Okay, PC, and this is QC here. Clear? The amount of profits which this monopoly is going to have, in case if it were allowed to produce QM, is this. Okay, I've already told you how to find out profits in the earlier recording. I'm not repeating that again here. Okay, so this much is the amount of profits which you have. I'll just let you know, and the amount of the loss which this monopoly might have because of enforced marginal cost pricing is this. Is this clear? Now, the point is, if the monopoly is allowed to differentiate its customer into two groups, okay, high paying group and there is another one which is low paying group. High paying group will pay high price, as the name suggests, and low paying group will pay the low price, of course, as the name suggests. Now, if this natural monopoly is allowed to charge different prices from these two different type of groups, so in that case, it will have profit of this much from high paying group. These are the profits from high paying group, and this monopoly is allowed to sell more than QM to QC. This is the additional demand which is generated because of the enforcement of marginal cost pricing. In case if marginal cost pricing was not there and MC equals to MR, would have led to only the production till QM. But because of enforcement of marginal cost pricing, this additional demand of QC minus QM has been generated. And because of this, there is a loss of, in case if it is allowed to produce till QC and to sell to the next group, that is to the low paying customers at a lower price. So this is the loss from low paying group. So the idea is that high paying group, because of their high paying capacity, okay, or because of some other reason, they are paying high prices, they will subsidize these low paying customers, these intramarginal units. You getting the point? So these intramarginal user subsidizes the firm so that it doesn't incur a loss. Are you getting the point? So instead of government supporting it through exogenous subsidy, their demanders themselves, they separate themselves out into two types of groups. One group is paying high price, other group is paying low price. The profits which are generated from the high price, they subsidize the loss which is being generated because of low paying customers. Is that okay? Now the point is, you have to remember this. This is a very, very crude solution. And the answers in real life are not as simplistic as this. Fine. So, well, this is one of the solution of natural monopoly.